Good morning. I'm Mayor Ralph Becker and want to welcome all of you to this cool, mucky morning here in Salt Lake City. But we're here to announce an opening of a contest for the naming of a street. I'm going to be making a few remarks. Then Chief Burbank will be making some comments. Then Chief Cook. And then Eric Shaw. Eric, for those of you who don't know, is our new Community Economic Development Director, and we're thrilled to have him on board. This is his first sort of public announcement, so be nice to him. I think that all of you know the background of the building behind us. Everyone who's here with public safety knows that our existing public safety building that they're still surviving in is a decrepit structure that is hopefully will last long enough for this building to be completed and for our public safety folks to move into this wonderful new building. We were very fortunate and appreciative that our voting public in 2009 approved a bond to build a new public safety building and replace the structure that is in such bad shape over on 2nd South and 2nd or 3rd East. This building, as I think many of you know, is unique among public safety buildings in the country in a number of ways. First, it is a net zero building, which means we will be producing as much renewable energy and achieving incredibly high goals of energy efficiency so that it'll be producing as much energy as it uses in the building. The first net zero public safety building in the country. That is due to a lot of great work, certainly folks in city government who have been working on this. But I also want to particularly acknowledge Mocha Systems, who's been a project manager for us, GSB Architects, who's here, Mike Stransky is here, who's one of the S's in GSBS, and Oakland Construction, who have been terrific contractors for us in building this building. We are on time and on budget with this building. We always like to be able to note that when there's a project of this magnitude, and of course, using public money. In addition to the incredible energy and environmental features of this building and uses in this building, it is also going to be a wonderful public space. The entire front, and you can see the canopy extending out in front of the building, will be a public plaza. We intend, and it's been designed to help us host events in our civic campus. And it will also be a meeting area. And the whole front of the building, unlike many public safety buildings, is going to be open and accessible to the public, and there'll be a museum, in fact, on the first floor. Today we're announcing a naming contest. There will be a mid-block walkway that will really be an extension of the walkway that comes out of the city and county building, comes through Library Square here, and will extend to Blair Street now through this next block to the east of us. It will be adjoining the public plaza area and in front of the public safety building. And it will also be joining on the other side, on the 4th South side, what will be a new development that will be forthcoming in the coming months as we go through a process of selecting a developer for that area. And that mid-block walkway is intended to continue over time all the way to 7th East. So what you're seeing with this naming is something that will probably hearken future use and ideas for how we recognize our mid-block walkways. We hope that the contestants will have a good time thinking about ways to recognize this walkway in naming. It could be something associated, as Chiefs Burbank and Cook will talk about. It could be something associated with public safety. It could be something associated with the history of the city, or it could be something associated with the way people think of the future of the city. And we hope people will, and I'm sure people will, use their imaginations and have a good time looking at how we create a name for this walkway. There will be a committee that will review the possible names. That'll include myself and Chief Burbank and Chief Cook and some other community representatives as well. The contest will start today and will run through February 28th. You can go to the Salt Lake City website, www.slcgov.com, and then /PSB for Public Safety Building, and you can enter the contest at that website. So we're looking forward, obviously, to the completion of the building a little bit later this year, but also to doing some fun things associated with the opening of the building and this mid-block walkway. I'll now turn time over to Chief Burbank.
Thank you. One of the most unique and exciting things for me personally about this new building is the fact that it is a public building, that it is open for people to come and access the police department. It reflects a personal philosophy as well as a department philosophy for the police, that we function best when we are in fact part of the community and do not stand apart from the community. Beginning with this new street, people will be able to access the public safety building through a plaza that we hope will host many events, inviting diverse communities to come and participate with the police department. In fact, the thing that I'm looking for as one of the judges is a name that reflects the public space, because this is not the police or fire department's plaza. This is in fact a public plaza, and we would like the name to reflect that. So I will be looking for that unique name that strikes that balance and invites people on to their space. And so I thank you for your support and cooperation, and actually look forward to a fun contest.
Thank you. Good morning. As I stand out and look to the west here, I see a grand building, the City and County building. I know that it was constructed back in 1891, and it has stood through the test of time and continues to serve the public interest today, over 120 years ago. And I look now at the Public Safety Building, and by the very nature of the name, Public Safety, this building will stand again as a tribute to the citizens of Salt Lake City as a public building. And as Chief Burbank alluded to, and Mayor Becker, that we encourage anybody and everybody to participate in this contest, to be a part of history, so that you will also see your name in the history books. We're encouraging everybody to participate. So again, thank you for your contributions and support in this endeavor. We couldn't have done it without the support of the public. And again, it's a great public interest to me personally, and I want to thank everybody for your support. We'll see you then.
So the public safety building is actually an example of good planning based off of community vision and based off of strong community engagement. It really creates an important civic campus that's important to our master planning efforts, building upon an institutional spine that includes the federal courthouse, the city-county building, the library, and now the public safety building. And it also creates, as the chief said, a public plaza for the busy festival season, for public gatherings, and to showcase our public art. And it creates a new sense of energy, on the east side of Library Square. We're really also excited about serving as a centralized location for all the people of Salt Lake City to do the city's business. Such city and neighborhood anchors are important as we think about the master planning process going forward. And this is an example of how we're going to move forward with the planning efforts and revitalization efforts within the city.
Okay, thank you. We're certainly open to questions, or if you want to ask us anything individual, we're certainly open to that. And I appreciate all of you being here. And while you've been here, the sun is starting to brighten the day a bit. So thank you for being here this morning. And we'll look forward to a lot of interesting and exciting names that we can review for naming this new mid-block walkway. Thank you.